This is Lori Grenier. You've seen me on Shark Tank hearing pitches from small businesses. Now, there's a new way for small businesses to get a loan in minutes. It's called Cabbage. That's Cabbage with a K. Just fill out the application online. You'll get an instant decision and could have access to a line of credit of up to $100,000. No waiting, no hassle. Cabbage is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and is a Forbes Top 100 company. Go to Cabbage.com, that's Cabbage with a K, K-A-B-B-A-G-E, or call 888-CABBAGE.
The Pirates and Cardinals have the best two records in baseball, and they go head-to-head one final time this regular season. Could this be a preview of next week's division series? Coverage begins Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, a new study says sex with robots will be the norm in a few years.
Tony Kornheiser, a few years? Why wait?
I hope you're kidding. I hope you're joking. I hope you're joking.
That was good, wasn't it?
Really?
Sex with robots. Come on. At my age? Come on.
Something might rust.
Yeah, something has rusted. I'm going to get the oil can. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Angels are closing fast. Derek Rose, your boy, is looking forward to free agency.
Not going anywhere.
And Cardinals coach Bruce Arians joins us for 5 good minutes. But we begin today with the Green Bay Packers blasting Kansas City last night. Aaron Rodgers, who never throws interceptions in Lambeau, never threw 5 touchdown passes. 4 of them inside the 10-yard line. The Packers are now 3-0. Well, yesterday we had the Patriots number 1, the Cardinals number 2. Where did the Packers fit now?
And I said to you yesterday, let's wait until after the Monday night game to see where the Packers fit.
Okay, where?
The Packers fit 2.
2?
I think so, Tony. And that's all arbitrary. It's early. If you're going to do a power ranking, I would have New England, and I think I'd have.
Don't you have the Wilbon Power Poll, which is not yet?
Yeah, we wait till
unveiled?
after 4 weeks.
Okay.
So next week. But Tony, you know what?
Stay tuned, kids.
Stay tuned. What stands out to me, and you mentioned this, is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
You know what this is like? This is like watching Joe Montana in his prime. This is like watching Joe Montana from like 1984, 82 to 89, where you could set the games and his action to music. And even more than Elway. And Elway is a bigger, stronger guy. But Aaron Rodgers reminds me now of an updated Montana, in that what he's doing isn't just great, it's perfect. And I know Green Bay has to have other things. They get some running the ball. They get some defense. They get a little of this, a little of that. But this is about Aaron Rodgers, man.
I'm not going to say anything bad about Aaron Rodgers. He's great. Tom Brady is probably, especially if he wins another Super Bowl, the greatest quarterback of all time. And right now, and for the last 2 years, Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady. He's great to watch. He's fabulous. I'm just going to take the question as it stood as to where you put the Packers. The Packers are very impressive, but they are playing all year without their number 1 receiver, Jordy Nelson. Okay, so that's hard. Their differential so far is plus 28 in 3 games. That puts them pretty much in the middle of Denver and Cincinnati. New England's is plus 49. Arizona's is plus 77. Let's look at opponents for a second.
You want to put Arizona first based on point differential?
I've got New England first. I'm going to tell you what.
Producer Eric Rydholm convincing you to use that
Green
measure.
Bay's opponents have a total of just 2 wins. Cincinnati's have 3. Yeah. New England's opponents right now have 5 wins. Arizona's only 1. So I've got New England 1. Okay. I've still got Arizona 2.
Okay.
I think I've got Green Bay slightly ahead of Denver, because even though Peyton Manning seems to get it more each week, you got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers puts them no worse than 3.
I got Cincinnati ahead of Denver. That may change, because every time you try to bet on Cincinnati, you wind up regretting it. Maybe this is a different Cincinnati team. Well, I hope so for Marvin Lewis's sake.
You have to wait till the playoffs. You have to wait till the playoffs for that.
You're just going to go on hiatus till the playoffs?
Pretty much. You have to wait. Because you're going to say, when they get to the playoffs, you're going to say, let's toss everything out that happened before and let's see them in the playoffs. Am I right? That's what you're going to say.
Yeah, okay. Big vacation. Party at your house. Let's get to baseball and its only playoff race of consequence, the AL wild card. The California, not Anaheim Angels.
Yes, California.
Who seem to goof around most of the season, have finally caught fire, Tone. They've won 6 straight games, 13 of 18, including last night's walk-off against Oakland. That dramatic win kept the Angels within a half game of Houston for the second wild card spot. Pulled them 2 games within 2 games of first place Texas, 6 left to play. Tony, who would you rather see make it? The upstart Stros or the star-laden Angels?
Because you know I'm a star guy.
Star guy.
You think I'm going to say the Angels.
Because
the fact of the matter is that with Trout and Pujols, at any moment in any inning that they're up, it could go boom, boom. And everybody wants to see that. And so my temptation is to say the Angels, but I'm going to say the Astros for very specific reasons. Because the Astros, over some protracted period, have been left for dead in baseball.
Yeah, they were stinko.
And they were made over with absolutely no money and with this plan of building from within and making something happen, having homegrown talent. And suddenly, and I mean suddenly, they're a good team because nobody saw this coming as quickly as it has. So for that reason and for one other reason, because I've totally fallen in love with the orange uniforms, I would say the Astros if I had to choose.
You know what's interesting, Tony? Houston was dead for a while, but they were in a World Series in 2005. So it's not like
they were dead from about 2010 on.
Yeah, okay.
Totally dead.
They were dead for a while. I'm going to surprise you, and I'm going to say the team with the stars. And there's really two people particularly I want to see. And they also got guys like Jared Weaver and Houston Street and David Freese, who was a World Series hero somewhere else.
No, it's Trout and
Eric
Pujols.
Ibar. It's Trout and Pujols,
sure,
Tony. And I know Pujols is not the Pujols of St. Louis. He isn't. He's not close.
No.
He's got the power. He can hit the home runs.
Yeah.
He's not the all-around god of a player that he was 10 years ago. But if you want to see two big, important players both go into the Hall of Fame just a period of about 15 years apart.
You got Trout in the Hall of Fame already after 4 years.
After 4, yeah.
Really? Okay.
And you do too.
Well, you got to go a little further. The point to make here is that Texas has lost 3 in a row. All right, Houston has won 6 out of 9, and you gave the Angels statistic. And the Angels, not only that, in their last 10 one-run games, they're 10-0. But what if both of them caught Texas? It's possible. Cole Hamels goes tonight. Yeah. There's a big start for Cole Hamels.
You know what I see here? A playoff game between two of those teams to get into the play-in game.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah. At Media Day in Chicago yesterday, your boy Derrick Rose was asked about a lawsuit filed against him by a former girlfriend. Unsolicited, Rose turned to the prospect of him in free agency in 2 years. Rose said, quote, "As far as you see all the money they're passing out in this league and knowing my day will be coming up soon, it's for my son and his future. So that's what I'm thinking about right now," unquote. My God, Wilbon, after all the Bulls have done for Rose through his assorted injuries, was this the right thing for him to say?
The Bulls haven't done anything but pay him.
They paid him $60 million.
They paid him. They signed him before he got hurt. So that's the way that goes.
$60 million.
So what?
They've done more.
They've done nothing.
They've had his back.
They paid him.
They've had his back.
No. The city of Chicago's had his back.
Okay.
And that's where the offense
has management criticized him?
But management's been great to him.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's their job. They haven't done anything special.
They could leak bad stuff.
The
they didn't do that.
beef is not with the team. The beef, if they want to have it, is with the city, because that's where the across the board unqualified love and support has come from, Tony. So if I was counseling Derrick Rose, I would have said to Derrick before he walked in there, don't get into any conversations about free agency or do anything else but this season. That's what I would have said. And the disappointment can come from the fans who so loyally love him because he is one of theirs, one of ours. He belongs to that place. It's not about management.
This is the narrative. The narrative is Derrick Rose's hometown.
That's right.
Now the notion that Derrick Rose would out of nowhere talk about getting richer and leaving
somewhere
for
else.
Free agency, leaving the hometown. What an ingrate move this is. They paid him $60 million. He played in, I want to get the numbers right.
He wants to resign
you know the numbers. 100 games in the last 3 seasons, while the Bulls played 312. In that period of time, management had his back. No matter what his brother said, no matter what criticism came from the outside world, management had his back. Fans had his back. They made him welcome, even when he said, I don't know that I want to rush back because I got to worry about having a life after basketball. All the things that he said, they still had his back. This is an incredible ingrate move.
It is, Tony. It is a move that is going to earn him more criticism than he's ever faced in Chicago.
Why would he do it?
But here's what, you know what, and we've talked about this before. Some people, and it doesn't matter what the endeavor is. It could be actors. It could be politicians who run for president out of the Republican Party. Some of them are not as good with a live microphone as others. And Derrick Rose, I've said this a million times, I want to see him play. I don't need to hear him because he's not great in that way. And again, he's earned this criticism.
Yeah,
he's going to get it.
Yeah,
he's earned this criticism. And you know what's going to happen, Tony, on opening night against the Cleveland Cavaliers in Chicago?
He'll be cheered.
Wildly.
I understand that. But he's had one great season and nothing but disappointment after that because his body has broken down. So you never say, and I'm looking forward to leaving.
Never. Should never say that. And somebody should have told him that going in there.
Well, nobody knew he was going to bring it up on his own.
That's called prep. Prep him going in, really. All the big stars had stuff to say at media days throughout the NBA yesterday, including Kobe Bryant, who had to respond to Phil Jackson's implication that Kobe might very well play for some team other than the Lakers in the future. Kobe said, quote, "A lot of players want to go to different teams to contend and win championships. I'm a Laker. I'm a Laker for better or worse. Dude, I bleed purple and gold." Close quote. Tone, that's it, right?
No.
That closes the door on Kobe playing for anybody else,
No.
including his old coach and your boy, Phil.
No. He said, "I'm a Laker." I read that as I am currently a Laker. He didn't say I'm a Laker for life. He didn't say I will never wear another uniform. He said other people do this.
Will his blood go to blue and orange?
You know, it might if he goes to New York City and plays for Phil Jackson. He had the opportunity to say, "I will never leave here. I may play here longer than you want me to play here, but I will never leave here."
Yeah,
he didn't say that. He could have said, "I will not play for Phil Jackson unless he comes back to Los Angeles and coaches his team," and he didn't do that. Kobe Bryant's a smart guy. He deliberately left the door open, and he knows he left the door open. I know what you say. I know what I say. I know what he said.
I bleed purple and gold to me pretty much. Look, he doesn't. First of all, he doesn't need to leave the door open. He doesn't have to cut. It's his right to do whatever he wants. He's earned that. Kobe Bryant, and I know Michael Jordan played for somebody else.
Yep.
So Kobe Bryant can if he wants.
LeBron James plays for somebody else.
I don't believe Kobe's going to play anywhere else. I believe he's going to be a Laker, and that's it. Kobe lives in a place, Newport Coast, California. Yeah. Sorry to break this to you, New Yorker, but ain't nothing in New York look like that.
He may want to
Nothing in New York has the weather of that. Nothing in New York is paradise
He's
like
had that weather for 25 years.
He can have it for another 25.
And he can have it after he retires as a New York Knick. He can go back to Newport Beach, California, and play in Pelican Hills or whatever that dopey golf course is you always talk about. How great it is. Kobe Bryant, I love the Mamba. I want to see him jack 60 shots a game. Did you see the D'Angelo Russell quote? D'Angelo Russell said he had learned some insights from Kobe. He likes to shoot.
Yeah, give me that.
He told me he likes to shoot.
You know that at 4. 4 years old, you should know that. Is he going to go play for Phil or not?
Yes. Eventually, yes.
Eventually? How much?
First he's going to go up to your boy Swaggy P, slap him in the face during a game, just take the ball. Let's take a break. Coming up a week ago, Bruce Arians told his team it wasn't bleep. We'll see if he's upgraded his opinion.
You're hating on Swaggy P. We're not even October. And Larry Brown, this is going to hurt you.
It does.
Faces a tough punishment from the NCAA.
It hurts more than you can imagine.
Oh.
I'm not turning on Larry Brown. I don't do that. Don't turn on Larry.
Football's back, and it already feels like the playoffs thanks to 1 Week Fantasy at DraftKings.com. With millions of dollars in prizes being paid out each week, every play in every game could take you closer to a life-changing payday. Hurry to DraftKings.com now. Use promo code PARDON and play for free with your first deposit in this Sunday's $1 million fantasy contest. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Enter PARDON for free entry now only at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Last Wednesday, Bruce Arians reportedly told his 2-0 Arizona Cardinals team, and I quote, "You ain't bleep." Unquote.
Clean it up, Tom.
Now that they're 3-0, let's find out if he's upgraded his opinion. We welcome back Cardinals coach Bruce Arians. So tell us, does last week's assessment still stand, or are you a little bit better?
We just smell a little bit better this week.
You guys look pretty good on Sunday. Not just pretty good, very good. And it's been week to week. Is this an approach you know you're going to have to take with your team no matter what the results are, Bruce?
Yeah, our guys have really bought into what we call the process, and that's just day to day. You add them all up in December, but right now you come in, you do Monday's work, Tuesday's work, and you play one game at a time.
Carson Palmer has been great for you. A lot of guys have been great for you, but Carson Palmer noticeably. What are you seeing out of him at 35 years of age that makes sense into the way he's playing right now?
Well, sports science is an amazing thing right now, Mike, as you know. I mean, he's probably healthier and more mobile and more stronger than he was at 31. That rehab that he did, not only on his leg, but his core and his upper body, everything, he's just so much healthier and stronger. He's playing like a young guy.
His injury last year was obviously something that you guys could not withstand. I don't think any team in the league can withstand the loss of a starting quarterback. But as you go through this now, if this happened again, quarterbacks do get hurt, Bruce, what would you do differently this time around that you couldn't or didn't do last time?
Well, I keep my fingers crossed that Drew doesn't get hurt, because we got all the confidence in the world in Drew Stanton, and he's proven he can win for us. And I think when you get to number 3, it's a problem.
We sat on the set a number of times, and we pronounced you dead because of what had happened at quarterback. You're saying that you didn't pronounce yourselves dead, but you heard all that, right? Everybody hears this. It's like Dallas has to hear this now. Pittsburgh has to hear this now, right?
Oh, there's no doubt. You hear it. But I was in Pittsburgh. I think we played 7 games without Ben. And I want to say we were 5-2 or maybe better with Dennis Dixon, Charlie Batch, and Byron Leftwich. So you always have to have belief in your backup quarterback as a football team.
All right, if there's a secondary position that is almost as important as quarterback on your squad, it would have to be Larry Fitzgerald. He has 8 receptions of 20-plus yards. A lot of that damage is coming from the slot. How did you convince him? A guy who made the Pro Bowl 10,000 times on the outside. How did you convince him to come in from the outside?
Well, I think there's a time in everybody's career that need to expand their role. And to be just a split receiver wasn't going to happen for him very much longer. So it took a while. It took for him to learn it, buy in. Now he understands that this is his way to get 100 balls and 1,000 yards and maybe 12 or 15 touchdowns.
I want to move off that topic to something that is very different for the NFL, Bruce, and having Jen Welter on your staff. What did you learn from having her on the staff, and how important was it to you?
It was extremely important to me. I was asked about could there be a female coach in the NFL. I knew a female coach way back at Hines Junior College, Dot Murphy. She was one of the best receiver coaches I ever met back in the 80s. So I knew it would happen sooner or later. So it was like, why not make it happen? And then I got the call. Her head coach from the Texas Revolution called me. We got hooked up, and I offered her the internship, and she did a fantastic job. She has great passion and knowledge for the game. Her resume's better than most interns. And I would hire her in a second. Right now we had 7 interns, and we don't keep them all year. But I would recommend her highly to anybody. Our players really embraced her. She had a great way of teaching and a different insight to football, having played it for 14 years and coached it.
We get you out of here on this. You were up 31-7 against the Niners at halftime, and it's reported by Paul Calvisi that your halftime speech was, and I'm quoting him, "If you relax, I'll be looking for new people. Put your foot on their throat," unquote. Is that reflective of your personality and philosophy?
That's pretty much verbatim.
Good. That's good.
We like that.
Thank you for joining us, Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce.
Always, guys, my pleasure.
Let's take one last break. Still to come. After all of his concussions, should Wes Welker really be trying out for the Giants?
Kind of scary, Tom. Well, SMU dumped Larry Brown after his program's NCAA violations. No, you're gonna tell me.
You mention that?
Say it ain't so. Right here. Say it ain't so.
To me, but you know my relationship with Larry.
He's your coach.
I understand.
Wouldn't you like playing for Bruce Arians?
I think I would, but I want the hat.
And now, for Geico's edition of Stuff Found in Your Car, we go inside your side door pocket.
Hello, yes, the crumpled receipt with gum in it. From your anniversary dinner, you sprang for expensive wine, your server was Beth. That dinner was a couple $100. Money you could get back if you switched to Geico and saved hundreds of dollars on your car insurance. I bet you'd save that receipt. Frame it even. But really, where did I go wrong? Was it the corkage fee?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com today.
Happy time, people. Happy 23rd birthday, Cardale Jones. Jones has clearly convinced Urban Meyer that he is the best choice to quarterback Ohio State, despite mediocre statistics. 155 yards per game, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. What I want to know is, how is Jones celebrating his 23rd birthday, and he's a junior in college? I was working at 23, weren't you?
Yeah, I was 2 years working, but he's a 4th-year junior. And aren't you glad he's out of one and done? I like guys who stay in school and have a transition from boyhood to manhood. Good.
Don't have one
glad he's
in
school.
football.
4th-year junior. Good for him.
Not so happy anniversary, Patriots. On this day last year, you were blown out by the Chiefs, 41-14. You dropped to 2-2 on the season. After that game, Belichick made the now famous and much copied comment, "We're on to Cincinnati." From the time they got to Cincinnati until now, the Patriots are 16-2, including winning the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady has thrown 48 touchdown passes. That's something you'd be interested in?
Yeah. Yeah, because if I was going to select one player to win a game and my life was on the line, I'm selecting Tom Brady, right?
Happy trails, Larry Brown. The NCAA suspended Brown for 30% of his team's games next season. Banned SMU from postseason play for multiple violations, including academic fraud. What do you want me to say? I've known Larry Brown my whole life. I love him. But it seems that like Syracuse with Jim Boeheim, SMU will have to choose whether to keep a Hall of Fame coach or jettison him because of this transgression. Wilbon, what would you do?
I didn't play for Larry Brown as a 12-year-old camper. I love Larry Brown, nonetheless. He's one of the great coaches in the history of everything in America, and I would tell the NCAA to go to hell.
Good.
That's what I would do. You know me and the NCAA.
You heard it.
That's right.
No errors today, and we go to the big finish.
Let's do it.
The Giants tried out Chris Cooley and Wes Welker today. Do you like that news?
It's going to help them now. SB Nation estimates Jordan Spieth's caddy made more money than 220 tour players, including Tiger and Phil combined. Your thoughts?
When I get in a $2 Nassau, I say life is about picking partners. If you're a caddy, life is about picking a guy you're going to caddy for.
Baby.
Nick Swaggy P. Young wants to be called Nicholas this season. Are you going to do that?
I've been told by people in L.A. to stop indulging Swaggy P. Should I listen?
Yeah, because I think I know who the people in L.A. are. So I think you should.
Steven Adams of the Thunder has a new look. You like that?
It's okay, I guess. I mean, you know who he looks like?
Who?
He looks like that comedian Russell Brand.
Oh, yeah.
Except he's bigger, perhaps more talented.
Oh, that's cool. That's a shot.
Last one, Kershaw at Bumgarner tonight. Who you like?
Kershaw, no wins in his last 5 starts with Bumgarner. I like the Giants to extend this and put more drama in.
We're out of time. Try and do better the next time. I'm Tony Kornheiser.
Great game last night. It's about 2 a.m., Tony. You should have been up. I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow, Knuckleheads. Check out the PTI podcast on iTunes.
Sarah Beth, shout out. Breakfast joint, New York City. You ever go there?
Yes, I have. Expensive. What's the problem?
This is Lori Grenier. You've seen me on Shark Tank. I'm always hearing from business owners who just can't get the money they need to grow. It's time for funding to catch up to the 21st century. It's time for Cabbage. Fill out the application online and you'll get a decision in minutes and could have access to a line of credit of up to $100,000. No waiting, no hassle. Cabbage is the real deal, A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and twice a Forbes Top 100 company. So go to Kabbage.com. That's Cabbage with a K, Kabbage, or call 888-CABBAGE.
The Pirates and Cardinals have the best 2 records in baseball, and they go head-to-head one final time this regular season. Could this be a preview of next week's division series? Coverage begins Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio.